The quiet time in the morning has always been super important to me. Be able to have that alone time, get headspace, be able to drink my coffee or tea and take my supplements like Genius mushrooms. I mean, once you take these, I promise you'll never want to go back. And first and foremost is reading and meditation. And having some sort of warm, cozy atmosphere helps me focus. And then after another sip, it's ready to plan the day. So here's a tutorial on how to make chef-style eggs. And first you start with organic free-range eggs. And then after the pan is warm, you want to add fat to prevent sticking. And I'm using ghee this morning to cook at high temperatures without the milk solids. Now here's a tip. When you're breaking your yolks, get very close to the pan. And then if the eggs bubble around the edges, as you see what's happening right now, the pan is too hot. So eggs are delicate. They really need to be at lower heat. Now salt is your friend, gives you flavor. I like to use pink salt and other salts, cooking salts, and then pepper to taste, if that's your thing. A chef's secret most don't know is to put on the lid and have it at medium-low heat. This actually will help the eggs cook and then it further prevents sticking. Now I love to add a little green onion, adds incredible flavor, a little bit of decadence. Looks good too. We know we eat with the eyes. And I put them on towards the end so it keeps the flavor. For work, I like to time block everything. So when I'm doing client admin or production, I use Notion for everything. Really, time blocking's worked better than any other production technique for me. My absolute favorite drip coffees is actually brewed right here in Brooklyn. It's the Ethiopian Yirgacheffe by Birch Coffee. And it's smooth, it has some chocolate notes, and unlike other coffees where you can't taste these fruit notes, this you actually can. Now, brewing in a MOKA pot brings these flavors to life. For those not familiar with this method, water vapor steams through the grounds and then collects in the top as brewed coffee. Now, because of the pressure, some call it a stovetop espresso. It was invented in 1933 in Italy by Alfonso Bialetti, and it became a household staple across Europe. But now many Latin American countries use it as their primary brewing method, including my wife's Dominican family. It produces a cup that is rich, bold, and full of character. Now to add creaminess and then to help continue to give me brain fuel, I use MCT oil powder, which is like concentrated coconut oil. It helps the body create ketones. It's like rocket fuel for the brain. It's usually this time of day when I'll have my second serving of functional mushrooms. The combination of lion's mane, chaga, and reishi give this incredible calm focus, and I have noticeably better cognition in the afternoon. What I love about them is they're not just another stimulant, but rather adaptogenic and assisting the body where it needs it. Sometimes I wonder, is there really anything better than a smooth, flavorful cup of coffee on a rainy day? Remember to take time and enjoy these moments. Then after coffee, it's back to work for a few hours while I try to accomplish most of my afternoon's work.
Hey, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Okay, have a good day.
I'm amazed at these hardworking people who deliver in all kinds of conditions, whether it's hot or rainy or even snowing. So we can have our food without even leaving our house. It's something I'm truly grateful for. Today's lunch is Peruvian chicken from Barrazo in Queens, a place I highly recommend. Peruvians have a special method of rotisserie that creates the most unbelievably moist and flavorful result. I honestly don't know how they do it. And I still haven't found a bad Peruvian chicken, but I'm going to keep looking. My message in this episode is centered around something that has been vital to me. It's something that I had to learn, something I had to be very intentional about it. It has to do basically with a little bit of life design, and it's having flexible time or some downtime. And, back when I was in my 20s, I made the decision to become a personal trainer. And one of the main reasons I did that was because I knew it was a career that would allow me to have some flexibility in my time, my energy, my schedule. And then becoming a creative, there is some of that there too, if you're intentional. So perhaps that's probably my message to you. For those of you out there, you're cranking away, full-time work, you're trying to make a side hustle, or you've already made your side hustle your main and you're cranking away your business, make sure that you schedule time where it's more flexible or it's some downtime. Like for me, like I've come off 4 days, pretty intense at the gym, and now I have my Flex Friday. And years past it was on Wednesday or a different day of the week. And just something I've learned about myself that I have to have these days. Now, let me just set this record straight. This day is not laying around on the couch all day. It's not completely a day off. I mean, for me, of the things I'm trying to accomplish, it's creative work. It's doing admin stuff. It's ordering and preparing food. It's a full day, but it's flexible so that, I can have my coffee. I really wish that you could smell this and taste this. And I hope we get smell-o-vision in the next 10 years. Anyway, I digress. Micro examples, when I've got my break, I've got my coffee, I've recharged. Now I'm going to get back to a bunch of work this afternoon and really just go for it. You've seen that I have these different phases of what I drink during the day: PUERH tea, ketones, now coffee. And this is because it's raining outside, by the way. I love having coffee when it's raining. Okay, all these facts are not important to the message I'm trying to make sure that you understand. This culture of burn, 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 go, 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 it is celebrated in the fact that, we just drink too much caffeine and try to just suffer through it. And it's just not something that really is sustainable. And you only find out the hard way, unfortunately, for a lot of us, myself included. Burnout is no joke and it's no fun. And it really just wrecks your performance. So my advice, my thing I'm sharing with you in this episode today, look at your week. Figure out, okay, I'm going to schedule this hour or two where I'm going to spend more time just chilling. I'm going to spend more time having coffee. I'm going to spend more time with family, whatever it is. And if your week is just so stacked, you're overwhelmed right now, look at the month and pick 1 or 2 days where you can just afford yourself a little bit more time to be flexible, and watch it really bounce back as you being able to tackle your main pursuit right now even more effectively. So, all right. Hope that was helpful. I'm going to get back to my coffee. See you next episode.